Oh, legit. Didn't realize my mic was still on. Oh well. I guess we're almost there. Just a matter of just readjusting some of the other settings, I guess. And I hope you guys are also doing well, too. Yeah. Let's see. Alright, legit. We're back already, so I think we can go ahead and start as well. Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Samurai12 here, coming at you with a new streaming video. And today we are looking at a new game called Baseball 9. And I've recently been checking this game out by playing for the past, I would say, 3 weeks. I could be wrong. It could be also less as well, but nevertheless, I've gotten used to it in some ways. So let's go ahead and check out the menu functions for the meantime. So as we can see here in this menu or this main screen, we can see there's like a variety of options. There is your name and league, so we can also click here. You can always edit your name as well, and you don't need to pay for anything, unlike other games. Whereas, as for the stats right here, as we can see, as of now, some of the stats such as the PCT, meaning winning percentage, and currently is at 72% because there are times when I use random or I just randomly. They give you an option where you can actually just speed up, so you can just click on the random button and it will automatically generate the results for it. And over here we also have OBP as well, and OBP stands for on base percentage, and we got OPS as well, on base plus slugging, and just in case for SLG it means slugging percentage, and for H that means hit, HR means home run, and there's the RBI, which means runs batted in, and we also have the, let's see, we also got SV, that means save, or save is initial for, or acronym is SV, and also we have CG, which means complete game. We also have the GS, I believe. Guess there's no GS on this one. So there's like just some features that it doesn't show as well. There's SO, which means strikeout, and there's the ERA as well, earnings, earned run average, yeah. And of course we have let's see, and I believe that covers most of it as well. Oh, okay, we also have RBI, which is runs batted in as well, and we also got SB, which means stolen base. So for what I can do right now is that I can also, just in case for those that are just curious as to see what some of these initials are again, I copy and pasted the link, which is the MLB.com/glossary standard, which would show all the initials and also what it means for it, just in case, just to also speed things up. And also just keep in mind the leveling here does depend on your how many games you play, and also sometimes even your winning as well too. And certain levels will give you certain access. So for example, for coaches wise, I believe I was level 14 or so, or just level 15 when I just got coach, when I got the coach access. And these coaches will help improve your players' performance as well. So for example, the current one that I have is the hitting coach, which is batters 1, 2, 3, and 4 has +5 power, and +5 power is essential for hitting home runs. And sometimes you might be able to get double bases and possibly single base as well, depending on the situation. And you also have the operating coach, a coach who assists the manager and leads the coaching staff, defensive coach, a fielding coach who manages infielders or outfielders, pitching coach, a coach who instructs and trains pitchers, and fitness coach, a coach who manages the stamina and condition of players. So these 5 different coaches will help determine how well you will play in your matches as well, especially if you continue to progress upwards to, let's say, master and so forth. And I want to welcome those that are recently joining us in this stream as well, so thank you all for taking time to do so. And also we have the emblem, which determines which is your slogan or your logo for your team as well. And it takes a long time to get these emblems because sometimes you may get it from winning matches, or perhaps depending, and sometimes you might even get it from completing your quest of the day, so to speak. And you also have the uniform. You can also change uniforms, but you have to earn these tokens or these emblems in order to get it, and sometimes it takes a while to do so. And for stadium wise, this challenge field requires 200,000 coins, or these in-game currency, but just keep in mind there's also other alternatives as well. However, it does require you to spend money on gems in this case, and some of them, for example, if you want to get the Evergreen Park, it costs 3,300 diamonds in this case. Their fences is a lot more higher, and also the center field is a lot less shorter than the Great Nine Park. However, it is within the average in comparison to the current fields that I have, which is the 367 feet Challenger Field. However, interestingly enough, the play stadium, the one that's given to you, is a lot more longer in terms of center, but the fence is a lot more slightly shorter in terms of the height, and it's only by 0.4 feet. So depending on how determined you are, you may want to get another field just to change the surroundings. If you don't mind staying with the same thing, then stick with the play stadium itself. I haven't thought of getting any of these other stadiums because of course it costs money, so nevertheless, it is what it is. You can always click on the question mark to see what are also the details of it. And I forgot to mention for the coach, you need the coach tickets in order to hire them. And let's go back to coach again. So you can always, and they have a specific contract as well. So for instance, the setting coach only helps out for 99 games, and then after that you need to gain 15 of these coach tokens, so to speak, or coach tickets. So if we click on show, you can also see the variety of coaches that are available. Some of them have different ways of improving the players. For example, if you got the J. Nicholas role is rehab hitting coach, it gives you contact +2, so it increases your chances of hitting the ball a lot more, increases your chances of hitting the ball in comparison to others, which requires power +2, or also there's a specific requirement such as gold tier batters, silver tier batters, and bronze tier batters, so just keep that in mind. And some of them just applies to the number of batters that are in line. So yeah, so that's the current team management side. If you go to, you can also obtain free gems by watching the 30-second ad videos. So, or you can actually purchase them. Sometimes the load up doesn't work. Sometimes it does, depending on your internet connection as well. And if you click on more gems, you can basically, it allows you to gain gems by installing certain apps, and also by at least completing some of the objectives within each of the app itself, I suppose. So, and over here, we click on here, you can also see, click on the gem side, you can see the different amount of gems that are available, and of course you can purchase them using your own money. However, that's really up to you. People have different preference in terms of whether they have a lot of time left in their day, or perhaps we're just impatient and we just want to get certain things ahead of time. And same thing with the package. Some of the package itself contains these recruited players in particular, especially within the silver tier and over 50. And we can go ahead and look into the positions in just a bit. But first, we will also look at you can also exchange coins by using the earn gems as well. And some of them, recently they gave out these bonuses, I think within 24 hours. So now it's like, if you use 300 gems, you can get 60,000 coins plus the 3,000 for bonus in particular. Then you also have items. Recruit tickets helps you recruit players that are a lot more efficient, and some of them will be like these bronze tier players and so forth, and they will help you in the long run. That's what I could say, and you can actually upgrade them too. And you also have silver badge, gold badge, platinum badge, and diamond badge. So these will be the pinnacle part of upgrading your players. However, it does require more coins. If you, let's say, upgrade from, if you have 5 of the badges, of the silver badges, then it will take at least 20 to 30,000. And as for gold badge, it's like around 50 to 80k ish. So, and also we also have the advanced experience, which helps improve your player's level. Then not only that, you also allows you to upgrade certain skills within the players itself. But the players that we are indicating are those that are recruited, not the ones that are not recruited. And you also have condition drink, which helps you replenish your player stamina. Let's say if they're low, like 47, then you can automatically recover them. And with the energy and star are used for randomizing the results. So let's say if you don't feel like playing the match and it's an easy team, let's say he's in 7th place, then you can automatically use the recharge energy or the energy involved. And daily energy is 8, so you can get 8 energy per day, and it will recover 1 energy per 15 minutes ish. So, and plus the star, you have to purchase it, and sometimes you can earn it from your matches. And yeah, exchange is in the future you have to reach level 30, which I'm currently only level 15. But nevertheless, I think we're almost there. I think we just need to cover at least a couple of other areas before we begin. And just keep in mind, if you click on the mailbox, normally they will, if you're starting out as a new player, you can receive at least 7 days worth of the recruit badges, and I've already completed that. And over here is the settings. You can always change the language and also the speed metric. So for me, I prefer miles per hour, so that because I'm just adjusted to the American side. European slash Asia will use kilometers in this case, but I prefer this. You can also adjust the cursor sensitivity. You can increase the speed of it, or you can select default, which I prefer default. For gaming, you can do practice mode, which you can click on a specific category such as pitcher or batter in this case, and let's say you can also randomize whoever is pitching and also whoever is batting too. And we can actually just go ahead and take a look into it. So let's say I'm using A. Robinson, which is a silver tier 2-star. You can also see that the ERA is currently earned run average is 1.67 with wins 4 wins and 0 losses, and with 22 strikeouts. You can also, if you click once on the stats, you can also see that there's 62 on control, which is pretty high, 62 for 4-seam fastball, which is 4 FB. You also see the CB, which means curveball, for 62, and CH is a changeup, and SLV was the, I think it was a curveball too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. So it's like a slide slash curveball ish, so you can do that. And just keep in mind for the batter side though, which is the center fielder for CF is center field. SP means starting pitcher. So there's a variety of pitchers in this game. There's starting pitcher, closing pitcher, which is CP. Most likely you're going to be using RP, which is reliever pitchers, or relief pitchers, which can help determine the game outcome. And yeah, so by clicking on the left button where it looks like he which you see 2 arrows going around, you can actually change the pitches or the pitch style that you want. So let's say I want to go for the 4-seam fastball, and keep in mind the rectangle box, that means this is your strike box. Anything else outside will be considered ball. And with 4 balls in this game, 4 balls in general in baseball means a walk to the base. And there's two reasons or 2 types that can lead to a base run. One, or walk on base, would be 4 balls or a hit by strike. So let's say if I try, I don't know if I can hit this.
Ball.
You normally would probably have a slider so that you can hit the player. In this case,
Ball.
it's kind of hard to do so because I don't have the
Ball.
slider in this game, or the slider pitch. So sometimes forcing fastball might even hit
Ball.
the player itself, but I don't recommend hitting the players because you don't want to load up your bases and end up dealing with like a huge pressuring situation, or you don't want to pressure yourself too much in this game. So yeah, so CF also means center field. So and the CNTC means contact, PWR is power, and BI means batting eye or so, and SPD means speed. So just keep that in mind of the number. Sometimes the higher the number is, the more careful you need to be in this game. And also you may notice that you see these two boxes on the very far left hand side, aside from the player's name and number. That means that's actually a skill that you can apply to those that you recruited, and they're level 2. So in this case is always in shape, so all attributes +2. So that means your control, 4-seam fastball, CB, CH, SLV are +2. And correct me if I'm wrong, and feel free to comment on the section below if you think that I was wrong on this one. And yeah, but nevertheless, that's the gist of this practice. So you can always click on the pause button to leave. And going here, we have the missions as well. So daily missions will give you certain items. So in this case, it will give you EXP if you achieve 40 hits, 1500 coins if you achieve 15 doubles, and etc. And the list goes on until you complete all of this. And you have a specific time frame that you can do it, which is 14 hours and 5 minutes in this case. And the achievements, you can achieve it by clicking on the achievement side, which is on the right hand side. And this will determine what kind of items you can get. So currently I just need to win, or I need to hit 10 home runs in order to gain 30,000 coins in this case. And you can always click on the question mark to also see what is the purpose of each tab. And we can go back now as well, or you can also see what's your, if you click on achievement, you can always click on this ribbon to see what are your current achievements in here and so forth, which for me I sometimes find irrelevant, honestly speaking. So yeah, I think we already talked about shop, we already talked about I believe we haven't talked about recruit. So recruit, the minimum that you need is 5, so that you can recruit most of the pitchers, which is starting, reliever, closer. But the higher number, which will be 7 in this case, 7 of the recruiting cards will allow you to recruit the infield and also the outfield. So, is this a mobile game? Is this game free? Hey, welcome Atomic3GG. This Baseball 9 is a mobile game, and this game is free to play. And of course, within free to play, there's also a time where you can actually purchase with your own money, but that's really up to those who decide to play, who've played this game itself. And of course, you can also release certain players as well, which I won't, because these players currently their stats are pretty high up for me personally. There's still others that could be improved, and just keep in mind though, if we go to team right now, actually go to lineup. So all players, normally if you see the ones that don't have like the colored square on the very far left hand side of the name itself, that means that it is currently that if you don't see it, then that means these are the players that already been given to you in the beginning of the game, and you can't upgrade them. So let's go ahead and also take a look. So let's say if it was F. McGuire, which is the right fielder in this case, you click on it, you can't, you can actually upgrade. Nope, you can't. So if you upgrade them, normally they would show like the skill box or so on the very far right hand side. So this is the player that was given to me when I first started the game. So just keep that in mind. In comparison to E. Gomez, and you can also see the attributes, which attributes allow you to upgrade the contact, power, batting eye, speed, agility, fielding, and throwing. And you can do so in 2 ways. First, you can, if you go click on the player's name, you can also click on, let's see. And then, oh right, you want to then click on the plus button for the level up in order to then be able to use your experience drink. This one is the advanced, this one is the basic. Basic will only give you a limited amount of upgrade. So, and let's say if you max out to level 15, you can then click on the max level, and you have to pay 10k in order to upgrade to the next one, which is max 20. And for this one in particular, I won't be upgrading for the meantime, as I'll be saving it to later on purchase some of the other pitching patterns. In this case, you can, if you click on the R right here, where you see like two flipping switches, I suppose. This is for the infield, and this is for the pitcher. And you click on the player, and you can also customize them. And if you click on P type, that means it's a pitching type. So you can actually see a variety of patterns that you can utilize, such as screwball, knuckleball, ephus pitch, a knuckleball, forkball, splitter, sinker, etc. So those is located on the P type. So P type shows all the pitcher or the pitching patterns. You can also change the motion if you want. Sometimes pitching motions can help with when you're pitching on the mount, because one, it can conceal what type of pitch you may be throwing, or two, it can also throw off the opponents, especially if you're doing, like, let's say this one in particular. This, I know what throws me off is sometimes the submarine one, which will be like this. Sometimes it's like, actually there is a specific one. Yeah, this is the submarine one. So it's kind of like going under, so in some ways. And sometimes they might use like a sidearm to at least release a slider or so. And sometimes those can be a bit tricky as well. So you really have to, sometimes pitching patterns can help you with at least increase the strikeouts, etc. So yeah. And of course, these some of them cost coins, and also some of them will cost gems. And you can also do this for, of course, you can also do this for your batting position as well. And as for face, you can also change the face in terms of the texture or the skin color, etc. And also the hairstyle, I suppose. And you can also change positions as well. So let's say currently I'm using the right side position because he's a right pitcher. Left pitchers tend to be a lot more efficient in terms of if you're pitching against a right-handed batter in this case. And you can also change the appearance. You can make it concealed, or you can expose your face or eyes, I guess. So yeah. And just in case, so here are the positions. So LF means left fielder, CF means center fielder, RF means right fielder, S2B means second base, 1B means first base, SS means shortstop, 3B means third base, and C means catcher. And of course, if you see P in this case, You see SP, that means starting pitcher, as I said before. RP means relief pitcher. And you also have the CP, that means closing pitcher. Now you can always, if you ever come to this, you will see that there's always rest -1. So those means that it will take probably one more turn or one more match before they're fully recovered. In this case, you can also substitute players. So let's say, in this case, which one is currently starting? So I believe this one is, I believe W. Thompson is currently starting at the moment. So you can, if you click on both the current pitcher and also, let's say, C. Gomez as relief pitcher, you can actually substitute as well. So yeah, and here's the batting order. You can always see who's up, and of course the tiers in this case is, if you see a brown color, that means it is bronze tier. Grayish or silverish color, that means silver tier, and yellowish, bold yellow or goldish means is gold tier. So yeah, and you can always customize your players in terms of gear wise as well. And if you click on gear, you can actually change the style of bat. However, it won't really affect the way you bat in this case. Same with the batting gloves and cleats, guards, and glasses. Those are just for aesthetic appeal in this case. Same thing for accessory though. It will improve certain key aspects such as your power, contact, batting eye, and so forth. But you need to pay with your actual money. However, you buy it individually. Some of them require you can get some of them with coins and also some of them with gems. Same thing applies to the bands and earrings in this case. So yeah, I think that's the gist of it. And right now we can go back to league. And of course, currently our standings is at first place at the moment. And you can always see, if you see the arrows pointing up and down, that means some of them probably one of them recently won. The other one, which arrows pointing down, that means they recently lost. And the higher, if you're always in the first place standing, you're always going to get the best winning prize, which will be, in this case, I think it's 70k coins. You can also check on the stats as well of the players of other teams, as well as your team as well, and where they rank. And of course, you can also check on schedule, and the higher you get, the more games you have to play. In this game, this season, this is the Pro 3 season, so that means I need to play at least 84 games. And you can actually decide whether or not to actually play or not. So if you click on the arrow, click on ready, you can get quick results. That requires your energy, 2 energy. Or you can get quick result if you get 4 stars. And you can always check on the condition of the players as well. So if it's overall 3, then it's kind of good, it's kind of average. But if you get it below that, like this one right here, then that is a no-go. So just keep that in mind. And you can always recover them by using these energy drinks, which you have to go to the shop to do. And here's the batting order, and here's the play mode. You can actually watch them play, or you can just play by yourself manually. However, it's recommended that you play manually so that you can earn more coins after the end of the game, in this case. But for me, I personally prefer to play manually because it's a lot more efficient that way, and you get to see what changing, you get to change the pitching pattern or the way you want to do it. And also keep in mind, you can always get, if you see like the rewards over there, that's usually, that happens once in a while, so take advantage of those in particular. If you don't see it, then it's your choice to do quicker result or so forth. So yeah, so let's go ahead and play the game, the actual game itself. We're currently down on the 5th inning, and you can always skip this by double clicking on this as well. So yeah, and I know that just in case, for those that you probably hear like a lot of these sound effects like strikes, out, and so forth. And sometimes I do find it annoying. You can always turn it off, like the sound effects, if you go to settings, which should say SFX. So just keeping that in mind. Okay, so currently the 8, and also you can only play against AI still, so just keep that in mind. I wish they have the multiplayer, so we'll see maybe next time on Baseball Superstar, see if they have double player in that. So yeah, for me, I would probably utilize power in this case because I feel like power is a lot more efficient. And that was kind of closer to home run, honestly speaking. Kind of wish it would hit a little bit more further. And if you see like the arrow that is like kind of going to the right, that means that you can make the player retreat back. So just keep that in mind. And if you see like these two shoes with like a little effect on it, that with like a zigzag or so on very top, that means that you can steal the base. Well, you can make the player run. Those that are currently on the base run. However, after you hit the ball. The only issue is that sometimes it's kind of risky because if you make contact with the ball and the opponent catches the ball, then your player is then forced to return back to its original base. And in this case, I only have one out, so I probably just rather not risk it and just oh snap! I think I accidentally clicked on the player run. So that's a good example right here. So make sure that you don't accidentally click on the runner button, which will have a orange color lighted up. So yeah. And for me right now, I probably use contact in this case. So let's see. Oh, I kind of late swing on that one. Okay. Okay, that was a curveball too. Okay, that's good. Oh my gosh. I thought that was gonna be a ball on that one. I was banking on a ball on that one too. I didn't realize that he was gonna do a slider on that one. So, slider or changeup? No, that looks more like a slider. I'll probably have to review it again. Alright, so time to pitch on this one. Let's see, I'm probably going to use a four-seam fastball, probably in the inside. And based on the stats, or on G. Larson, the power is pretty low, so I can just probably use a splitter on this one, or even using a changeup. I'll probably try to bait him out by using a fastball on the outside. Seems like he has a pretty decent batting eye then, so... Actually, his batting eye is like only 32. Okay, so this one I'll probably use a splitter in this case. And then I might follow up with a two-seam fastball somewhere around here. Then possibly a changeup. And then, of course, like sometimes +10 will help you with the increase the level of your player as well. So you can, or it sometimes speeds up the progress on there. And the chat, and also just a heads up, like the live chat can be a little bit, can lag a bit, so it may take me a while to notice the messages. So, but I appreciate all your time as well. And also you can substitute players as well. So let's say if I wanted to substitute the current pitcher, starting pitcher, with the relief pitcher, you click on, it automatically selects the current pitcher, and then you can select your relief pitcher, and then you can click substitute. Or you can also do, if you go back to game, you can always do auto inning as well, so that you can just automatically just finish off this inning, which I can do right now. And right now we're on bottom 6th inning. Okay. So now we should be good on this one. Oh, that's a home run right there too. So there's certain pitches also that you can hit that will increase your chance of hitting a home run. Sometimes it could be right in the middle, right here, and they just substituted another player or a pitcher in this case. So you either want it to be somewhere in the middle-ish. Sometimes a little bit low can help if you're using the power button. Contact is preferably a lot better if you hit in the middle. And depending on the pitch as well, it's better to hit on a fastball rather than on a curveball and so forth, because curveball will slow down the momentum when you're hitting the ball itself, so it might land on the infield, such as second base, shortstop, or third base or first base. So just keep that in mind. And it's preferably good to hit somewhere right here in the middle-ish when you get the chance. So yeah, this is a good example of like hitting it down low. So it may take you a couple of tries to get the timing right in this game. It took me a while to do so, especially in the first. Ooh, that's a pop-up right there. Yep, that's a pop-up. So sometimes, like for example, like the very first match that I played, it was like in the rookie season 3. That was intense, not gonna lie, like because I didn't really know how to hit. I didn't know how to time or hit it properly, so that's why I end up losing. I was in the very first 5 innings or 4 innings, I was like 6-0, so that means like the opposing team was scoring like 6 points, 6 runs, and I only had 0 runs, so I had to catch up. And fortunately, with a couple of home runs, it actually helped out. Oh. And funny enough, just when I was like mentioning about home run, it just happens. Oh well. So yeah, and of course right now we're using the Go tier player, D Jones, and the contact is 65-70 for power. And this has the potential. He has hit several home runs before. If we click on there, we have like 9 home runs so far. It is a little bit tricky though at times, and that's the double. Yeah. It's like sometimes it's like false hope at times, but it still does the trick. So that's gonna be ball on that one. Oh, okay. So sometimes you can see like the how should I put it, like the circle kind of closing in, so that's where the possible location will be at, so just keep that in mind when you're batting. Ooh, that was slightly over the shortstop as well too. Oh my gosh, if that shortstop caught that ball, then basically we wouldn't be able to score a run right there, right at the spot. So then we got, oh, that's a pop-up right there. Okay, we're gonna steal base on this one. So you can only steal base after they caught the ball, after they catch the ball, and in this case, this can be technically called the sacrifice fly, or SF, for initial, in this case. And I definitely want to get the player back home. So, and that was curve on the side, on the right side. Okay, that's a slider. Okay. Probably would have been better if I just used contact on that one, or I could possibly just bunt it. So I'll show you how to bunt in just a bit, actually, after we strike out a couple of these AIs.
Strike. Strikeout. Strike.
And also, just keep in mind, after you pitch, you can actually adjust the position of it as well. So let's say 4-seam fastball, you can just like slide and drag to the destination you want. You can also do IBB. IBB is like intentionally walking off the player, so you just have to hold down, and it automatically does that. So now I have a runner on base. You can, if you see an exclamation mark on the 1B side, that is a possibility that the player is about to steal. So you can always catch them off guard by clicking on the 1B side, and and you're most likely gonna get an out on that one. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we're gonna try to strike him out in this case with the splitter. Thing with four seam fastball right on the side. That would be a strike out. Okay, so now here comes the bunting. So there's two types of bunting. You can bunt earlier on by placing your bunt ahead of time, and then you can correct the angle of it. Or you can do bunt 2, so it'll look as if you're about to hit the ball, but then later on you bunt at the very last minute. And that's what irritates a lot of the players nowadays, or pitchers. So just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and do this. And I kind of messed it up a bit there, so I kind of like, you kind of have to like double tap it a bit, and you can readjust it at the very last minute. So, and honestly, it's better if you have high speed though. If you're using bunt, most of the time I'll be using contact or power for most of my batters. Unless if I really have high speed, then I would do so. And you can also do that. You can do sacrifice bunts if you have a player on first base, and that would be a good call for that one. And if you have 0 outs, it's preferable if you have 0 outs rather than having like 1 or 2 outs, because that can determine the outcome of the game. But for right now, I have a leeway because it's like 8-0, so technically I have more room to go for. So, and I need to practice the bunting as well. There we go. And my speed is terrible in this game, so it's only like 50. So if you have like 70 or maybe 70 or up, it's probably a lot more. You have a higher chance of making to first base on time. So, and then we also probably gonna use contact on this one. And sometimes the interesting part about it is that sometimes second baseman doesn't really catch the ball, even if it's like kind of grounder. So you kind of, it's like a hit or miss depending on the stats of that second baseman as well. So the stats for the infield players that you have can determine how well they will be able to react on time. So for example, the previous hit, that basically caused the second baseman on the opposing team to not be able to catch the ground ball for some reason. Mainly probably because the stats, like for example, like agility, or it could be like field work wasn't that high, so that could also affect the way it was performing on that match in particular. So yeah, and we just got a double on this one. May be able to get home in this case. It's possible. Oh my gosh. Serious? Thought that was gonna be a safe on that one, so oh well. Alright. I think for this one, it's always, for me, I always find it safe to at least switch out the player, the starting pitcher, roughly around the 8th inning. Sometimes a little bit earlier, depending on how well the pitcher's stamina is. So for example, this one in particular, it's kind of half where, oops, I think it just, something just happened. Oh, that was just a lag. Okay. I thought that it disconnected for a bit, so yeah, I've been like readjusting the how should I put it? Readjusting the settings for it as well on my strcpy, just so that I can get like a mix, like a balance of both the internet speed and also, or the megabits per second, the FPS, and also the how well the texture is. So currently I have it at like 1800 by 808. Technically I wanted to get it to 720, But then you can also, and then I got it to max FPS to 60, and with the max size which would be 1800, and then megabits is per second is like 50. Even though it technically could go up to 83 megabits per second. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna throw a curveball in this case, and should got him strike out. Okay, so now we can then go for the fastball.
Strike.
Let's see. Okay, so then we were gonna use a slider in this case, and then we'll probably follow up with a four-seam fastball.
Strikeout.
So yeah, okay. So now we're at the close to the last inning. So this is bottom 8. Whenever you see like an arrow down underneath the number, next to where the empty bases are located, where it's like 3 squares that or 3 diamonds, so that means it's like bottom 8th inning. So total is like 9 innings in total. So oh, that's a pop fly.
Out.
Wasn't expecting that one to happen. So we're gonna try to smack a homer in this one, and that was it. Just with power, just by using power, it allows you to, it increases your chances of hitting home run in this case. And I'll probably just, and also depending on the pitch as well, so just keep that in mind, as I said before. Better, it's preferable if you hit the fastball instead, because you increase your chances of hitting up to there. And also just keep in mind, you don't necessarily, sometimes the AI will, or this game will automatically allow your players to run the base, and you can always click on the base though, whenever you feel like it. Oh snap! Oh my gosh! I wish you can at least like dive around the player or so when you're trying to like go towards the base. Oh, that's a pop fly. Oh my gosh. Oh well.
Strike. Ball. Foul. Out. Foul. Strike. Strikeout. Strike. Out.
All right, legit. So yeah, that was the win right there, and you can always see who was like the starting pitcher for the win. So in this case, it will be W. Thompson in this case, and Sarah. And then for stats, this is what we have so far. And also, just in case though, in the beginning of the game, it may give you like trial players, and trial players itself can lead to becoming recruited players only if you actually buy them. So they gave me 2 in the beginning, so I decided to at least experiment it. So they gave me D Jones and also M Harris as the, actually no, not M Harris, it was R White. Actually R White would be right after the lineup. So yeah, it'll be this one right here. All players. It was R White. Yeah, it was R White. Oh, actually no, it was W Thompson and D Jones. That's it. Yeah. So it's a pitcher and a second baseman. So and last but not least, so we can go to upgrade real quick. And recently, you can always upgrade in their specific materials. So in this case, I need 80k to upgrade from silver to gold, and then it'll probably be better if I have a gold catcher, honestly, or at least a gold pitcher, just to make things a lot more intriguing. And I believe there was also one that I need to upgrade, so I need to upgrade the attributes in this case. I'll probably upgrade, and also it gives you like a specific requirement. So let's say you need 3 AP or attributes points, which would be, for example, if I want to upgrade the changeup, then I have to use 6 of them, and then I can finish up with 2. Alright, so nevertheless, that's basically the... Oh, actually, let me just also do one quick thing. Let's go back to the league. Currently, I'm still 4 games ahead, so technically, and we have 1 condition that we can do, so we can recover. And then this is just a way of showing what quick result would look like. So you click on quick result, use 2 energies, and there you go. It'll give you the scoreboard, the stats of the game itself, and who was the MVP, etc. So yeah. And of course, on the very far left side, it shows end of league prizes and also game record reward as well. So in this game, we did probably 1 or 2 singles or some sort, doubles, and of course there was no manual play because involved, since I was using automatic results. And yeah, that was. You can click on the question mark to see what each category has involved, and also same with the league reward. There's like postseason reward as well too, which is when 4 of the best teams play against each other, so we're the top 14. And we'll probably like do this for the next 4 matches, I'll say, because I'm currently like way ahead. So I prefer to like at least wing it. If I have 4 wins and above, 3 wins is a little bit risky, but it's always worth a shot, especially if you don't want to deal with the current situation. So, and for instance, for this one, I lost like 2-3 just by clicking on that ready or that quick result. And I believe he's using the same coach as well. So, and we actually won this one. Okay, that's interesting. Now we got more energy drinks, and now our team has leveled up. So then sometimes if you level up your team, you also get rewards as well, such as full energy and condition as well. This game I'm still up ahead. We can go ahead and click on, okay, some of the conditions need to be improved. So yeah, this is the worst condition, like overall negative. You always want to keep in mind of the condition effect, because if it's like a sour phase or so forth, that means it can lower their performance in this case. So, and also you have the +3 etc as well too, so just keep that in mind. I prefer to like at least limit the amount of the recovery drinks or so for each of the player, or just for players just in total, just in case if at one point they need to fully recover, then I can just quickly utilize those as well. So yeah, and then the depending on your team condition, that can also improve your chances of winning as well if you use the quick result. And you can also see what's the team overall points, and who is the current pitcher that's going to be used. In this case, which will be W. Thompson on my team, and you can also see which rank they are. And currently, the opposing team sluggers is on 4th place, and you can always see what's the standing after you go back, or even the players standing. If you just click on the Knights or the opposing team, you can see which one is not doing well and which one is doing well. In this case, you can also see slugger side, which Team Myers, you can select that, and that's their current starting pitcher that's currently off. You also see what's their center fielder's condition is like as well. So there's a lot of factors involved. So there's condition effects, and also their player skill level and so forth, and how well they play. But yeah, we'll just do another quick results, which we got recruiting ticket and also coaching ticket, which is pretty good. And we'll probably also, let me just double check to see everyone's doing well. Okay, Arthur Baker, quick result. Oh, actually, this one I'll probably save it for next time, or I'll probably like try to get up to like Pro 2 or Pro 1, and then before showing it again or some sort. But nevertheless, I hope you all enjoyed this stream, especially for Baseball 9, and of course, if you do enjoy, feel free to leave a like and also comment on the section below, and subscribe for more of these contents as we explore other games as well, not only Baseball 9 but also like World Warship Blitz, World Tank Blitz, and sometimes we also do PC streams as well. Recently we've done War Thunder and also done World Warships PC online, so we have now a combination of other games that we can utilize to stream, and instead of having to focus solely on mobile games, because it took me quite a while to figure out how to stream on PC, and I finally got the chance to at least stream via both mobile and also on PC now, without having to get a capture card, so that makes it a whole lot better in this case. And I hope that it does continue to improve in some ways, in terms of streaming wise, and also perhaps even gameplays if possible. I only mainly play games only when I'm on stream, but except for Baseball 9 recently, because I just got hooked into it. So yeah, but nevertheless, thank you all for your time and consideration, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next streaming video. Alright, peace out from Sam.